Hey Stans, what is going on? I am Joryin the Kpop Valedictorian. This is JoJo Kpop Chicago, and I am so super duper excited. We have a very special episode today with a very special guest. I have this lovely person here with me for a post-concert interview of the XG concert here in Chicago. It was amazing, but I'm sure you've already heard that from me. Let's get it from our special guest. Please introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Janelle. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, but currently residing in Ohio. Um, okay, my favorite boy group is probably ENHYPEN. I'm a Jake stan. Ooh. And then currently my favorite girl group is XG. So yeah.
Dang, we're right here. We're right here. I recently just got into ENHYPEN, and I said this in a previous video of mine when I was interviewing a K-pop store owner. You don't just have one bias. You actually
It's yes, it changes every day.
it literally does. Let me see how similar we are. Who's your bias wrecker in ENHYPEN?
All of them, like
Fair.
probably I'd say more often than not, Heesung.
This is getting Twilight Zone. Okay. So you had the chance to go to the XG concert. I interviewed you and your friend Corinne. You guys were in these awesome, super cool woke up wolf outfits that you actually created. That's
Oh yeah.
amazing. They looked so professional. You are a true seamstress.
Oh, thank you. I am a fashion design student, so that's a little background there.
Oh my, well then now we're gonna have to do a collab and you're gonna have to design something for me.
Oh, I might just might. You never know.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned on the JoJo Kpop Chicago show. So, just give me a rundown. How was the XG tour for you and your friend?
It was actually my first girl group concert, so it was definitely different. I was a little surprised. The whole like DJ session in the middle was interesting. I was like, oh, going off anyway. It was really fun. Just like all the fans outside. That was also the first time I've gotten there early enough to like talk to people because
Mhm.
I've always been like rushing to get to the venue. Um, but like everyone's so nice. The whole vibe is very different compared to I saw ENHYPEN in May. So like
Mm.
it was very different, but I loved it. Like y'all are great. I love girl group stands now. Like dang. I love their music. And then I love the like showcasing they had of the four rappers and the three vocalists like during the concert. That was yeah. Corinne and I both that was our first girl group concert. So we're
Oh,
like in
wow.
shock. We're like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Like we should go again. If I had money.
It is hard being a K-pop. It is
Yeah, yeah,
truly
yeah.
hard being a multi-stan.
But it was definitely fun to like have a reason to go to Chicago and like see them. And I'm very excited. Like I just got into them during like when they released Woke Up, but then like
Ah, okay. So not
that's
not
why that explains the outfits. Yeah. But like
great,
all of their
great song to get into them, honestly.
yes, yes. Well, it like popped up on Instagram. I was like, oh, who's this? And then kind of went downhill from there. But like all their new releases, I've loved too. I just love their vibe of the concert and like the videos and all the stuff that they had. It was so good, so good. I really enjoyed
Oh,
it.
I'm so glad you guys had such a great experience. And wow, your first time, was that your first time coming to Chicago?
I've been to Chicago a few times, but never long enough to like look around. So we
Hmm.
were there for 2.5 days. So we
Oh,
like
okay.
walked around a bit. Yeah.
Okay. And we gave you some decent weather until the
Yeah, it
winter
was nice.
hit.
It was way
Oh, wow.
nicer than here. Here's a little
Yeah.
cold and sad. So
I'm glad Chicago was able to give you guys an awesome experience at the XG concert. Same too. It was my first time going to see a girl group and they knocked it out of the park. I love
yeah.
XG and we were talking about that a little bit during the little interview we did on site before the concert. They're so diverse. They have such a
Yes.
wide range, and that's
Mhm.
what I love about their group. They're going to give you something different every single time, and I've never heard a discography like theirs before.
Yeah, I know. It's like when I first heard Woke Up, I was like, oh, they're a rap group, like that's so cool. And then I like got more into it, and I was just hearing all the different songs that they released, and then just each one is like, wow, that's so good. Like I love it so much. And then just the like different outfits and everything, and they're like they are so unique, and I love how they don't care that they look so different. Like the style and everything is so good. Like it's very nice to see something different like that.
That's a great point because Noah, and I hope I'm saying her name right. I hope I hope I'm saying her name right. Noah, it was such an awesome move for her when she shaved her head because we've
Yes.
never seen
Mhm.
we don't see a lot of women artists in general across the world do something like that, but especially in the K-pop genre. We've seen a bob, we've seen a
Mhm.
nice bob, but to go completely and she rocks it. She rocks it when she came out in the one outfit where they look like the Undertaker and she had on the cowboy hat. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
that just ties everything together. So I love how they're breaking boundaries and they're setting
Mhm.
standards and they're going beyond the universe. They're going all the way
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Tell me how it was. Let me know. I guess most of the time it's kind of hard. K-pop groups don't really come to certain states. So when you guys knew XG was going on tour, you were like the closest place, the closest city we're going. Was that kind of the mindset, or you guys really didn't know, or was like,
When
Chicago?
I, yeah, when I first saw, I was like, I really want to go. And the closest was Chicago, and it's on a Monday. So I'm like, I have school. I didn't buy tickets until actually like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
So they were like back row, but it was good. Because I finally like got my schedule planned out and I was like, I can go. I can do this.
Oh,
It was
awesome.
about a 4.5 hour drive to get there, which isn't terrible, but it's not the best. I wish they're a little closer. It was definitely worth it. It was so good. Um, but yeah, I usually try to go to Chicago. I have gone to New York before, but that was for like a longer trip.
Mhm.
But again, money.
I get you. I understand. It is tough. And that really shows the dedication with you and your friend traveling to different states
Yeah.
to go see K-pop concerts. And again, that's what I love about our K-pop community. It's like we'll go to the nearest place. We'll make it happen. Because that experience is so important and that's what some of our faves do. You know, they just put on a show like that. So we can't, you don't know the next time they're gonna go on tour and the next time you'll be able to afford it.
Yeah, I know. It's like you just have to go then. Like,
Tell me a little bit about your journey of getting into K-pop. What was your first group or first groups? Was it just kind of like boom, boom, bam, one after the other? It was like, this first group. How were you feeling in your introduction to this type of music?
so I'm pretty recent. It was kind of embarrassing to say from the baby shark float and the Thanksgiving parade last year. Yeah, so I literally saw him. I was like, oh, who's that guy in the long black coat? He kind of fine.
Like the Sabrina Carpenter lyric. Who's the cute guy? Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yeah. And so then I like Googled them in my Instagram, like listen to me, and then they first, I think, show me like Stray Kids, love Stray Kids.
Mm.
And then it like threw one ENHYPEN reel in there, even though ENHYPEN was on Baby Shark, but show me Stray Kids first for some reason. Anyway, so Stray Kids and ENHYPEN, and then my friend Corinne, she's been a K-pop stan for a really long time. So then she was like, "Oh, you're into it now?" So
It's time.
yes, yes. And so she introduced me to ATs and like a bunch of other groups. Um, so definitely an influence from social media. Like it just showed me things and I was like, oh, I like this. This is good. And then like I have been like in music for a long time, like all through high school, middle school, that kind of thing. So like, and I love dance and fashion. So it's just like a perfect combination of all of those things. So I'm literally like, yes, this is what I can get into. Like it's amazing. I love it. Just seeing like the outfits and the different hair colors, every like comeback, and then the new releases of music and all the different styles that are out there. Like I love so many groups because they all have such a different concept. And it's just like so interesting to hear the diversity in the industry. Um, and then just of course choreography, so good. Yeah. And I wouldn't say I'm an exceptional dancer, but I love to learn it when I can.
What kind of routines have you learned?
I did a dance cover for Brought the Heat Back, I think last
Oh,
week. Yeah,
that's actually the
yeah.
song that I got into. Then I discovered them. It was
Really?
like the same thing, but I didn't see them on the Baby Shark float.
Mhm.
Randomly, one of the Brought the Heat Back performance videos came up, and I was like, "Who is this?" And I was like, "Oh, ENHYPEN. I've heard
Yeah.
of them." And then it just,
It just takes off from there.
and I'm sure you can really appreciate the fashion as a fashion designer. Do you take any inspiration or elements from some of the favorite outfits you've seen in K-pop?
Yeah, so I'm actually designing a collection in the spring for Miami. And one of my looks has like the chiffon like hood to it, which I love from Sonu's outfit in Fatal Trouble, like the
Yes,
purple gray.
yeah.
Yeah. So there's some inspiration from there. Like Espa with like their Whiplash comeback, like
Mm.
the futuristic, like very techno vibes. I have some inspiration from that. There's a lot of different like factors that like go into it, but just everything I see, I'll like save it to my Pinterest board, and I'm like, I'm gonna use that for later. As an ENHYPEN stan, on their Fate Plus tour with like the navy velvet and like white jackets that they wore with like the
Oh,
white
mhm.
pants. I love those jackets so much. Like they're so gorgeous. And I just like looking at the construction and everything of them makes me so happy. I like the close-up pictures. So, and how they move when they dance, like all the different techniques that they use to be able to like have the mobility to perform that choreography in these super amazing outfits. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think people, everyday people really think about that, where it's like, oh, these outfits are really cool. But the kind of ins and outs and the technicality of it when you have to be able to like move in these outfits and like be able to
Yeah.
breathe, especially if you're taking them on tour, they have to have that endurance for show
Mhm.
after show after show after show and appear in certain different ways. So the fact that you have that eye, you pay attention to that type of stuff is extremely cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for doing this interview. Thank you so much for sharing your experience and enjoying Chicago and coming to see XG. I'm so glad you had such an amazing, memorable time. I cannot wait till they go on tour again so we can see them.
I know, me too, me too. I'm so excited.
Please take a moment to share any socials you have. I will definitely put them on the screen, but if you want to say them as well, do that too. Because you guys, she's amazing. I've seen her stuff on Instagram. I'm like, wait a minute.
Sewing account is Janelle's Threads, and then my personal is Janelle Barty. I don't post very often, so sorry about that, but you can check everything out on there.
You are so sweet and you're such a dear and you're so kind. I love your spirit. It's so bright and it's so amazing. And I
Thank
cannot
you.
wait to see what you do in the future because you're already amazing. The fact that you made those outfits, and Hypen's gonna call you, XG's gonna call you, Espa's gonna call you, Blackpink is gonna call you, everyone's gonna call
I
you.
hope so.
But hey, I was here first. So if they can wait, if they can wait a little bit so I can get my turn, and then when we're on the red carpet, they're gonna be like, oh, Janelle's Threads. It's an exclusive, sorry.
Well, thank you.
Of course, yes, you are gifted. You are talented. You are already amazing and you shine bright. And I cannot wait till people see you shine even brighter. And that's why I definitely wanted you and your friend to be a guest on the show because I'm like, that's what I love to do with these interviews. K-pop fans who do something out of the ordinary, who do something a little different, who have those also little special touches. So you were a perfect guest, and I'm so glad you were able to come on the show.
Very happy that I got to come on. This was very fun. It was really nice to meet you.
You as well. Thank you so much, love. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, and most importantly, go follow Janelle because she's amazing. Check out her stuff, check out her Instagram. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. I can't wait till you design something for a K-pop idol, multiple K-pop idols.
I really would like to. Hoping for
It's
that.
gonna happen. Your work's amazing. It's gonna happen. I can't wait. And hype it. It's gonna happen for ENHYPEN, specifically Jake.
Yes. Okay. Excuse me. Anyway.